Okay. Good morning, all. Welcome back to political science class. Last session, we discussed about executive powers of the president. Okay. And today we will discuss about the powers of the president and the role of president in Indian executive. Okay. So that's important portion for you people, an important area to score marks in examination too. Okay. So going for the screen sharing here. Please check it whether the screen is visible for you or not. Okay, the screen size. So we'll get particular point. Okay, here you can see the executive powers of the president. Write down. Please wait. First of all, let me explain all those things. Later you can write it. Okay, you can see here the one who appoints the prime minister and council of ministers. Okay, it is executive power of the president. He is the one who appoints the prime minister and council of ministers. Clear? The majority party's leader. Okay, clear or not? Every time we know that it is the majority party's leader. Okay, the president will choose him as the prime minister. Okay, and he will appoint that particular leader as the prime minister. And he the one who determines his remunerations. Okay, whose remuneration? Attorney General. Attorney General, the higher officer in the administrative system. Okay, Attorney General hold the office during the period of, sorry, okay, the period of operation of the president. Controller and Auditor General of India, also appointed by the President of India. Chief Election Commissioner, appointed by the President of India. Other election commissioners for the states, also appointed by the President. Chairman and members of UPSC, okay, Union Public Service Commission, okay, Union Public Service Commission, also appointed by the President. Governors of the state, chairman and the members of Finance Commission, etc. Okay, all these offices, okay, clear or not, appointed by the President of India. It's executive power of the President. He appoint the Prime Minister, he appoint the Council of Ministers, Attorney General of India, Controller and Auditor General of India, Chief Election Commissioner, other election commissioners, chairman and members of UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. Union Public Service Commission. For states, it is State Public Service Commission, right? Clear or not? Okay. Next one, governors of the states, chairman and members of Finance Commission, etc. appointed by the President of India. President of India. Please note down. So today we know that we are studying about the presidents of our country. Okay. So one person is very much important for the state of Kerala. Okay. He served as the president of our country. Can you say the name of that particular individual? The president from Kerala. Any idea? Abhiram, turn on your camera. Abhijit Taram also, please turn on your camera. Any idea? K.R. Narayanan. K.R. Narayanan. Okay. So before 2 days, it was his death anniversary. Okay, 9th November. 9th November. Okay, K.R. Narayanan, the former President of India before APJ Abdul Kalam. Before APJ Abdul Kalam, it was K.R. Narayanan. Okay, he served as the president of our country. So there is a project work for you people. Okay, please write down. So it's a group project work only. Okay. Presidents of India. Presidents of India. Presidents of India. Okay, Kevin. Presidents of India. Okay. And their executive powers. Executive powers. Role of president related with the social, political, and economical changes in the country. Role of different presidents. Okay, number one, role of presidents related with the political, economical, and social changes of our country. Our country. Okay, 1 week time is there. For next week, we should complete this. Okay, next week. Role of presidents.
So it's a group project.
Yeah, it's a group project. So write short notes about each and every president who should serve India. Okay, so that's a president for our country. Okay, and next, what is the topic here? Their executive powers. What are the executive powers of the president? That's what we are discussing now. Okay, executive powers of the president. Next, at their office or other type, their time or their period or their tenure, different presidents took different historical decisions. Historical decisions. Okay, what was that? We want to find out such kind of decisions. Okay, some presidents just served as a president, nominal role. They not played anything. Okay, not did anything for the tremendous change for the change in the country related with the social, political, and economical development. Okay, we cannot say, but some are there. They made numerous efforts, number of efforts for developing the entire country. Okay, so want to find out such kind of historical decisions. Okay, and historical acts by the presidents of India. Okay, clear? So related to the K.R. Narayanan, he's from Kerala. He studied political science. Okay, he studied what? Political science in the London School of Economics. London School of Economics. Okay, and basically he at the period of Nehru's government, Nehru's administration, he served as an ambassador in different countries, including Japan and United States, Taiwan, like that. Clear or not? Indian ambassador. Indian ambassador. Okay. Later, he became the president of India. Clear. So his achievements, okay, as a Kerala. Okay. Now numerous kind of achievements are there. So you want to find out all those things. Okay, related with each and every president's some important facts will be there. Want to find it out. Okay, then we will discuss that in the next class. Okay, I mean, for Monday you should complete this. Clear? Okay, I'm to school by Monday, right? So within that days we can complete. 4 or 5 days are there. Okay, moving to the next slide here. Next power of the president, executive power of the president, as per Article 78A, he can seek from the Prime Minister information relating to the administration of affairs of the GOI and proposal for legislation. Okay, clear or not? Clear. Proposal for legislation related to the various rules and regulations. Okay, so he can seek from the Prime Minister. Okay, what he can ask? The information related with the administration of GOI. What is the form of GOI? GOI. GOI. What is that? Government of India. What is that? Government of India. Nothing more than that. Okay, so simple. Government of India. Then what do we make this one? PMO. What is the form of this one? PMO. No answers. PMO means Prime Minister's Office. Okay, nothing complicated here. Okay, so simple things are here. So GOI, Government of India. PMO, Prime Minister's Office. So President can seek for from the Prime Minister information related with the administration of the Government of India and the proposal related with the various rules and regulations. I mean legislation. Okay, it's a power of the President. Okay, next one you can see, as per Article 78A, can require the PM to submit for consideration of the Council of Ministers any matter on which a decision has been taken by the minister, but the Council has not considered. Clear or not? Okay, so we want to understand one thing. The Council of Ministers. Okay, here the Council of Ministers, the Prime Minister is considering as the head of the Council of Ministers, right? Clear or not? So without the consent of the Prime Minister or without the knowledge of the Prime Minister, no minister is able to take decisions. Clear? At the same time, if they want, or the Council of Ministers want to submit anything to the president, it is all through the Prime Minister only, right or not? Clear or not? Okay, individually they cannot do that. Clear? So Council of Ministers, they have a cooperative responsibility. Clear? A joint responsibility. Clear? So the president can ask the Prime Minister related with the functioning of the Council of Ministers too. Okay, as per Article 338, can appoint a commission to investigate into the condition of SCs and STs and other backward classes. Okay, next one. The Prime Minister is free, sorry, the President is free to appoint commissions. What is a commission? Commission. Commission means what is that? A legally appointed person to investigate something that happened in the society. Clear or not? Okay, clear or happened or related with something. Okay, clear or not? For making changes for the future. Clear. So that's a commission. Commission. So president is able to appoint different commissions there, right? Here it is commissions to find out the standard of living or standard of living of SCs and STs, basically scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, including all other backward classes. Clear? Clear? So it is the power of the president. He can inquire it. You see simply. Okay, it's the power of the president. He can appoint the commissions to investigate these issues. These are issues. Okay, you can write it now. Quick. Finish and tell me. Next point. The other power of the executive power of the president. He can appoint an interstate council to promote center-state or interstate cooperation. Okay, clear or not? Interstate council to promote center-state or interstate cooperation. Clear or not? So he can appoint councils to solve the disputes between the states. Clear? And states and the center, or it's the power of the president of India. This is one of the power of the president of India. Clear? This is also a power of the president of India, basically. Okay, so we know that there are numerous troubles are there between the states there. Example, we know that the Mullaperiyar issue, okay, between the state of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Clear? But that case in Supreme Court. Supreme Court is acting as an umpire to solve the disputes between the states there. Clear? Next one, he can directly administrate the union territories. Okay, he can directly administrate the union territories. How many union territories are there in India? Abhiram?
Sir, 7
How many union territories are there?
7.
No. No, changed. How many are there? Saram Jose? No idea. Okay, Abhilash?
Sir, 8.
8. It's the right answer. 8 union territories are there now. Clear or not? Not 7 or not 9. It is 8. How many states are there? A student of political science basically learning in class.
29.
29. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. I think Abhilash Kilji is from 2018. After that, various changes. Okay, 2019 changes, 2020 also some changes. Related with those changes, numbers change. Yeah, Abhilash?
Sir, I didn't say which.
I think it is Abhiram, right? Abhiram told that answer. Okay, sorry. Okay, so Abhiram, it is not 29 Abhiram. Okay, so that's what. Abhiram is from 2017. or 18. Okay, so 19, what happened? 2019, what happened? An idea? As per Article 370, Jammu and Kashmir that divided into two union territories, right? Yes or no? Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Up to that, it is only 8 union territories. Clear? Clear. Then what happened? One more union territory formed. So 9 union territories. 9 union territories. Then 2020, what happened? Daman and Diu joined with the Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Clear or not? So again it reduced to what? 8. Clear. At the time of Jammu Kashmir's division, there were 29 states. But after that, that reduced to 28. Now total 28 states and 8 union territories, right? 28 states and 8 union territories. Okay, find out all those things. That informations are important for us. Okay, so he is the one who administrates or controls the union territories. Okay. Next one, as for Article 80, he nominates 12 members to the Rajya Sabha. Okay, the members are related with what? Special knowledge or a practical experience related with the literature, science, art, and social service. Clear? Clear? Okay, so he can appoint 12 members. He can nominate 12 members to the Rajya Sabha. 12 members to the Rajya Sabha from various spheres of life. They are basically experts. They are. Okay, they are from the field of literature, field of science, field of art, and social service. Social service. That's what, or that's why the Rajya Sabha is known as the House of the Wise Men, right? House of the Wise Men or the upper house, right? Clear? Clear or not? So 12 members are nominated by the President of India. Even one film artist is an MP, is an MP in Rajya Sabha from Kerala. Do you know who is he? What is his name? A Rajya Sabha MP from Kerala. He's a film star.
Mukesh.
Huh? Mukesh. And what about Jagadish? Salil Kumar? It's not Mukesh anyway. He's that MP, Rajya Sabha MP. Mukesh is an MLA man. Okay, Sanjos. Mukesh is a MLA of Kerala, state of Kerala from Kollam. Okay, he's
sorry,
directly elected by the people, right? Clear or not? Directly elected by the people, Mukesh. But a Rajya Sabha MP is there in Kerala. He's a film star, a veteran star, but a superstar in the past. Okay, tell me, Abhilash.
Sir, Suresh Gopi.
Of course, correct. Suresh Gopi. Okay, Suresh Gopi. Suresh Gopi is famous for basically his different dialogues, right? Huh? I am taking this to show. Okay, and I took that. Clear or not? Fine. So we just change that into English. Okay, okay, okay. Then what is that? Do you remember my face? Huh? That also technically English. Okay, come back, guys. Okay, so next one, as per Article 331, he nominates 2 members to Lok Sabha from Anglo-Indian community. Anglo-Indian community, they are the minorities. They are the minorities in India. So he nominates 2 members to Lok Sabha from the Anglo-Indian community. If he is of the opinion that they are not adequately represented in the House, clear that people also need representation, but there is no reserved constituencies for Anglo-Indians. And at the same time, they are unable to, or they are not capable to win elections there because their number is very less in society. Okay, so it is the responsibility of the president to nominate, sorry, 2 Anglo-Indian members to the House. Okay, clear or not? To the Parliament, basically. Next one, Article 80. The president can form time to time summon or prorogue either house of the parliament and dissolve Lok Sabha. Has the power to call the meeting of the parliament. Clear? Summon. Or what is that? Prorogue. Prorogue means what is that? To dissolve or dismiss the meeting. Clear or not? Dissolve or dismiss, and have the power to dissolve the Lok Sabha entirely. Clear? Clear. That are the some other, these are the some other powers of the president of our country. Okay, please write down. So, meaning of these 2 terms. What is this? What is the meaning of the term summon? It is a process of call upon the meeting of the house to the session. Okay, call upon the members of the house to the session. Prorogue, the act of bringing a session of parliament or other legislative assembly to an end. Clear? Okay, so please write down the meaning. As per Article 86.1, he may address either house of the parliament or summon the joint sitting of both houses of the parliament, which is presided over by the speaker of Lok Sabha. Okay, clear? Next one, as per Article 86.2, may send message to either house of the parliament, whether with respect to a bill pending in the parliament or otherwise. So already we stated about a deadlock related with the bill, right? Okay, deadlock. So joint session of the parliament is necessary. At that time, it is the discretionary power of the president to call a meeting. Clear? A joint session. Come on, write down. The meaning of these two terms, summon and prorogue. Summon and prorogue. One is call upon the members for the meeting or for the summon. Other is end the meeting of a parliament. Okay, or a state assembly. Sorry. Okay, so in this class we discussed about some special powers of the president. It's not completed. In the next class we will continue the powers of the president. Okay, then we start the powers of the prime minister. Then we will finish this chapter. Okay, so today one more period is there, sharp 4:30. Okay, clear. Then thank you everyone. We will meet in the next session.